Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in this video something a lot different than what I normally do, but it is technically PC related and technically vintage related and channel related because it involves, well, all three. And that is this little guy. Now I know, unassuming MATX generic bull case, nothing special, right? This is actually the server, technically, for my channel. Yeah, it's not good when it's down here in my computer workbench and not upstairs hooked up to my switch. So, sometime shortly before my trip to Kansas, this quit working. Now this is technically my NAS server that I use for storing all my video files, all my pictures I take of computers and as I'm taking them apart, that kind of stuff. And for it to not be working right now is not a good thing. It's not the end of the world, because obviously, being a former Boy Scout, I do like to be a little bit prepared, and I do have backups of my data. But I kind of want to explain my current backup procedure. The first thing is, when I get done recording videos like this one right now, it's going to go to my main computer. It's going to be put onto a 500 gigabyte SSD that I have installed into my main computer. I then copy all those files to a 240 gigabyte SSD external drive. And I then organize it from there. Like, it's for this video, this is for this video, this is for that video. I put them in separate folders. And then all that on both the internal drive and the external drive. Then I back up all that into this NAS server. As I get done with videos and get done editing them, that kind of stuff, it does get backed up to the external drive. It then goes into here. So all my video clips, partial clips, and finalized videos are stored right here. Underneath my desk, hooked up to my switch. That way I have direct access, 1 gigabit per second transfer speeds. I don't remember what parts I put in here, to be honest with you. Like at all. Shortly before I left for the video, when I was working on the IBM AT video, the restoration, I went to back up all that information to my NAS, and it wasn't connecting anymore. Windows refused to connect to it. I couldn't even access it through the web UI, so I knew something was wrong. This thing does power up, but I get no output from the video connectors. I get no LED indicators from the Ethernet jack, nothing. Doesn't do anything. And unfortunately, I built this thing so long ago, I don't remember what parts I threw in here. I basically just threw some parts in here, installed Open Media Vault because it was free, easy to set up and get a NAS pool going. And apparently it was pretty easy to get working with odd size drives, which originally that's what it was going to be. I was just going to put a bunch of drives in here and just use it for storage of different things, like a 1 terabyte drive for all my video stuff. 500 gigabyte stuff one for this purpose, and then another 500 gigabyte one for that purpose. And then I decided that's stupid, and I basically put some NAS grade drives in here that I recycled that still tested just fine and good with some software. I built this thing about a year, at the year mark for the channel. I just didn't do a video on it because, well, it's one of those behind the scenes thing I didn't think was going to be needed. Well, I probably should have recorded it because I don't remember what parts I put in here. I do know it's a quad core, I think. 8 gigabyte of RAM, 2 8 terabyte drives in RAID, I think, whichever one's the mirror RAID. So I only have 8 terabytes instead of 16, but then again, I have not fully filled up a 1 terabyte drive. I am close. In fact, my offsite backup, which is 1 terabyte, is 890 gigabyte last time I checked, which I need to go and grab that and bring it back here and update it from this once I get it working. But anyway, yeah, it just quit working. I don't know why. All the fans spin. I just get no activity from the LED. So it could be anything. Hopefully it's not a drive failure to the point where I have no data left. If it is that way, I'm not too upset because all my other stuff that's on here is backed up both off-site and off this. So if it is full data loss, I'm not too worried about it. However, I will admit this is spurring me to build an actual server. This is just a NAS server, but I haven't been planning on an actual server for a while, but I've just been kind of putting it off because, well, there's a few little teeny tiny things I want to get for it first, but this is actually spurring me along to build it. I'm going to tear it apart, see if I can diagnose this stupid thing, and just see what's going on. All right, let's take a look at my NAS. So yeah, I don't remember what parts are in here. I'm going to have to see what it is when I tear it apart. Oh my God, it's dusty. A wiring mess in here, oh my God. I did not realize it was getting this bad. Just an old Thermaltake 20mm fan in the rear for exhaust, no internal. My two 8TB, I think they're Seagate Ironwolves, I think. Yeah, Seagate Ironwolf. 8TB. They're, I think, somebody correct me, I think it's RAID 0 or RAID 1, one of the two, where they're mirrored. So basically, whatever's on this drive is on this drive. Not great for performance, but again, this is just for my own personal use. So it's not like I'm streaming like Jellyfin or Plex to like my dad, which lives like 20 miles away. Because then I'd be concerned about performance. But a Mushkin Triactor 240GB one. So this is a drive I tossed in here a couple months after I built it because there's something else I wanted to store in here. This has a bunch of family photos and stuff that I needed a temporary place to store it while I was doing some other stuff. So this is just a temporary thing. I don't think it's this. Up here should be the boot drive, and if I remember correctly, it's an SSD. Yeah, 240GB SSD boot drive. Absolute waste for Open Media Vault, considering that's all that's on it. But yeah. Then the motherboard is a Foxconn board. What are you? You are an H61MXE. That is 4th gen. And then I have some really cool RAM. I don't remember what that is. G-Skill. So probably DDR3. Tear this thing apart and make sure it's nothing overly bad. Yeah, the stupid thing is that I'm even having this kind of problem. $16 TB. Yeah, it's a 240GB, one of these Dell SSDs. But I got one of these cool. I think these are server drive sleds, actually. I think I actually got this out of a server, but I don't remember. So I kind of wonder if they were in a box of parts that somebody didn't use or something. What do we got? G-Skill Ripjaws X. This is over. Why'd I put these in here? Like, this is overkill for this. Any green RAM would have worked. DDR3, 1333 megahertz, CL9, 8GB 2 kit. So these are... Oh, wait a minute. This is 16 gig. Why did I put 16 gig in this thing? Oh my god. And as for the CPU, what did I use? No idea. Well, that's interesting. I used a Core i5 2400. Interesting. Why did I build this thing up so well? So hopefully it's literally just me popping in this a CPU and this thing working again, because I really want this thing to work again. Okay, so we're just gonna put this CPU back in. I'm not gonna put thermal paste or nothing on it. I'm just gonna set a heatsink on it and just see if it will freaking boot to post. Okay, and then I'm also gonna just pop in a just blue stick of RAM. It's a 4 gig PC3. 12800U CL whatever. Hopefully that'll work. Okay, let's just see if this thing will post. Something's happening. It's detecting something, but it's not displaying anything. Okay, the Foxconn HA61MXE supports 2nd and 3rd gen. Okay, so according to Google, this thing supports 2nd and 3rd gen, including a couple CPUs I have, but the only one I have on hand right now is the Pentium G2030. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to work. Like, it tried to boot or something. Oh, I hope the board didn't die. Alright. Plug you back in. Switch. Power. Like, I just want to see it boot. Come on. I don't think... Okay, well, I'm just looking for something. I'm just going to pull the CMOS battery out real quick. Oh boy. Okay, well, if the board is bad, then I do have this B85M ECSM board, which is a kind of a workstation board. Kind of, sort of, not really. Kind of more overkill than what I'm using this thing for, but Yeah, it's got 2 PCI slots, 4 RAM, 6 SATA. That could mean I could put more drives in here, but I'm already maxed out on space. I don't know. I'm just gonna put the CMOS battery back in and just see. I don't know. I'm now kind of leaning that it might be the board. Okay. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I think the board might just be shot. Yeah, I'm getting no signal, so I think the board just died. Okay, so I'm going to pull this board out real quick and drop in another board. Yay. Okay, yeah, for whatever reason, this little Foxconn board just died. I mean, I kind of assumed it'd last a little bit, but okay. Well, let's get, crap, I don't have any 4th gen chips. Do I? Okay, so plan B. I don't remember where I have all my 4th gen chips. I have a little bin of them somewhere, but so I'm going to use this, the Asus P8H61M LE CSM R2.0. So for people who have been here for my channel, when I talked about my Ryzen build, this is the board I replaced with the Ryzen. Now, I actually did figure out what was wrong with this board, and it was actually really stupid. I own a dog, and I think one of the times when I was dusting this thing, one of her hairs got underneath the CPU, and I must have missed it. Like, it was just a tiny hair, and it would still have contact, but at random it would kind of lose contact, and it would happen to be with one of the memory slots, the memory controllers. So I don't know why, I don't know what happened, but we're gonna try it this way. And like I said, yeah, if this was something that I was doing long term, I would not be doing it this way. This is literally just a temporary thing until I get my main server built. And yeah, I know this is the board that I had where I had some I lost some data, but like I said, I think I figured out what the problem is with this. And besides, I'm not going to be pushing this board too much. This is literally just to see if this thing works. Make sure the data is still on the drives, and if it is still on the drives, back it up immediately, power this thing down, and then start really hammering on trying to get my server done. I got some basic 4 gig sticks. Just a tiny bit of thermal paste. Don't let you guys see how much, because I don't need bashing in the comments. And just for fun, I just want to plug in the boot drive. I just want to see what happens. I know it's probably not going to work. If it does work, it's going straight upstairs, hooked back up so I can get data off, but okay. Man, it's for behind the scenes video, this is really, yeah. Uh-oh. Okay, so there's been a huge change of plans. I am going with this Asus B85M-E/CSM board because for some reason that other Asus board, my old P8H61M, will not boot or post either. So I'm using this. And I don't know where all my other 4th gen chips went. I found only one, and it's kind of not set for this purpose. It's a Xeon. It's a E3 1226 V3, 4-core, 4-thread, 3 gigahertz. I don't know. So that's the only 4th gen chip that I can easily find right now, which is stupid because I have a bunch of 4th gen chips somewhere. Yeah, we're going to just pop this in, see if it boots. Hopefully it does. If it does, great. If not, I'm going to just scrap this whole idea. Because I'm using a Xeon processor, I have to use a external video card in order to get at least some kind of display to make sure it works. And I'm just going to use this. It's a R3450. It's a 256 megabyte video card. This is not gaming or transcoding anything. I literally just need it for the video output to make sure this thing will boot and post. I'm still going to go back to my old standby here of using these 8 gig. Well, no, I'm not. All right, so we're going to try this. We're going to knock it down to 8 gigabyte because I don't need all that performance for this thing. Not really. Like I said, this thing's running Open Media Vault, which really doesn't need that much power. But again, I don't even know if this board will work with what I need either. Because, for all I know, it could be that something shorted out and took the drive out. Okay, so I've just got the drive set here, keyboard plugged in. I just want to see this thing boot. So, fingers crossed. Hopefully I don't have any data loss. Ooh. 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 Yes. Yes, yes, yes. It's gonna boot to Open Media Vault. Mode not. What do you mean mode not supported? Oh, wait a minute. It's reading something. /dev/SDA1 clean 96,239 out of some files, blocks. Oh, so it is booting. Let's just go into the BIOS. I just want to see something. Okay. Optimize. Okay, so I have temps are good. It's reading that just fine. Xeon E3-1226 V3 at 3.3 gigahertz. Total RAM 1600 megahertz of 8 gig. So it is detecting the main root drive, which is good. All right, that's just that's my drive. Advanced mode. Advanced mode. Yeah, I don't need to do any of this. I just want to see this thing's going to boot and boot to Open Media Vault. It did boot to some command line stuff, but it wasn't booting yet. I mean, I don't need the Xeon for this, but it's one of those things that's the only 4th gen I can find right now. And it's bugging me that's the only 4th gen I can find, because I don't know if Open Media Vault's even going to boot fully with it. Okay, it's back to the exact same command line, dev SDA1 clean. Files, blocks. I don't know if... I don't know what's going to happen. Ooh. Okay. It booted. So, okay. Anyway, cool. This thing's now working. I'm going to reinstall all the drives, take it right back upstairs, and see if I can get this thing to boot. Okay, so this took a little bit longer than I wanted, but yeah, we're going to do this real quick. Okay, so it took me a little bit to get into this because I didn't realize that it changed the IP address because of everything that happened. But this is my current internal one for my NAS right now. So I should be able to admin in. It should be super secure password. And yes, I'm copying somebody with that, but no. That is not the incorrect password. Okay, nope, I just absolutely was stupid. Okay, we're going to enable all the widgets because we can. Okay, so what do we have? Everything seems to be working just fine now. We have the Xeon E3, which is working. Network interfaces, memory usage. Here's my network interface. Okay, so storage. Software RAID. Yeah, okay, so that should be all the files and stuff. Okay, these are the two NAS drives in RAID. Yeah, because they're mirrored. Yeah, everything should be, yeah, everything's good. Shared folders, family, I have it under Vault. Should just be Vault, okay. Okay, So now I should be able to go into my folder and access this. Ooh, it's back online. Hey, yes. I have my archive stuff. Cool. Let's just find something. Do this. Make sure it's actually gonna... Hey, cool. This is weird. All right, awesome. Okay, so yeah, my NAS is now working. I didn't show a couple things, which was more personal stuff like my passwords, my routing stuff. 'Cause I had to go into my router and make sure that it was still being detected, which it was. I don't know why I couldn't access it at first through the web UI, but now I can. All the data's there. I got lucky with that. I don't know what took out this board. I could not get this to boot or post anymore. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it just died or what, but yeah, it was really weird because Foxconn boards are actually, they're not high-end boards for like, you know, gaming machines or high-end stuff, but they're more for like small workstations or building computers on the cheap. You know, they're stable. That's what they are. They're just stable things just for average use. So the fact that it died while just being a low power idling most of the time NAS server is really weird and kind of concerning to me in some ways. And I'm also really glad that I was able to find that Xeon processor, because this board, with it being unstable and this being my old board that caused me some data loss, I got lucky that I didn't lose any data this time, but who knows. But yeah, that failure is actually spurring me to use this. I'm actually planning a server build at some point. Obviously, I don't have a rack, so this is probably going to be just be underneath my desk. I need to get a top for it. I found this somewhere. I don't remember exactly where. I think it was at one of my local computer stores. I kind of mentioned, hey, you guys have a server chassis? He's like, oh yeah, we got this one. This company brought in. They were convinced they needed to buy a whole new system, rack, mount, the whole 9 yards. Unfortunately, I didn't even think about checking to see if there was a switch or routers or anything like that. But I got the 4U chassis, so it takes a full ATX board, which I actually do have a plan for. I just need to do it and get it built, because it's probably going to be a NAS, Plex or Jellyfin media server, and probably some other stuff like a personal cloud server. So that way when I'm out and about, I can send any videos and pictures and stuff to it and store it. Maybe remote gaming if I really want to get involved with it. But anyway, that's future stuff. Thank you everyone for watching this video. Sorry, it was kind of a side tangent, behind the scenes kind of thing. I'm working on a few more other videos, a few more computer projects, gaming projects, reviews and that kind of stuff, so be on the lookout for that. If you have any comments or questions why I use Open Media Vault, or why I didn't use this or why I didn't use that, or why I haven't built the server yet, I'll put it down in the comments and I'll get to answering them at some point. My channel's slowly growing. I just want to remind people real quick, there is a poll for which of the other 2 IBMs I restore, whether the 5150 or the 5160. If you want, whichever one you want to see restored first of those two, I'll go ahead and vote. I am getting really close to a milestone video for me. Technically, it's 500 subs, but I have knocking it down to 486 because I'm a dork and I asked if I should build a 486 based PC build for 486 subs, and I got an overwhelming yes. So just a few more subs, and I'm going to be building a 486 based DOS gaming computer, which I'm really excited for, because again, that's something I really want to get to. So with that being said, thank you everyone for watching this video, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.